25 seconds to go into the start of this race. This is the next race. This is Zwift Tiny Insiders race number 3. I just won number 2, and it was a nice win. I maxed muscle power at the end of the race. I'm learning to sprint, but like I'm learning that my sprint, where I'm peaking at the end of the sprint, it's roughly about 800 feet left in the sprint. That'll give me a chance to peak, and we're off. And as we take off on this race, I'm in a pack again. Now, this race is one of them ones where I was like, okay, cool. I don't know what's at the end of this race, but I think we ran this race about 3 weeks ago, and I know that at the end of this race, there's a climb if we go to, and I know that because we're going to the left. And I remember doing this race. So with this race, it's a lot of flats, a lot of goods. Now I know I've been commenting about stay with the pack and then see, but I know there's a hill at the end of this race. I know that. That's not even a wonder. So in my head this time I go, well, you know what? I'm just gonna take off. This is gonna be one of them races where I just put in the power. I bring it up to about 500, 450, 500, and I'm just gonna put the power in and just take off. And lo and behold, I really didn't have to do that. That's why I was thinking I was gonna do the whole time. But it turns out that because it's a flat and I could put in 85, 90 pedals per minute, keep it about 450, I'm pulling off from everyone. And so what I think to myself is, I know there's a hill at the end. I know there's a crisscross climb at the end. And the other thing is, I'm kind of tired. The hills are not that bad, but they're ending the races on the hills. If we started out on the hill and had to come down on the side and take on off, I would probably be pretty good. If this race was number 1, I'll put it this way. If this race was number 1 and I wasn't trying to be a pack leader and I was running like I'm running now, I probably would win this race. I probably would. But as it being race number 3, I'm tired. Even though I'm pulling ahead, I don't have the force. I don't know how to say it. The power right now. And I know what it is. It's because I'm training a lot more now. Unless I take days off, my normal days off is Tuesday and Wednesday. I don't race on those days. I don't do my hydro on those days. I'm not on the mirror. I drive a truck for a living for a company, and those are the 2 days that I'm roughly out of town. So since I'm out of town those 2 days I don't train, I've found that when I come back and ride on Thursday, oh my God, I feel great. I put out real unusual numbers and I can just do it the whole day long. And then I know it's because my legs don't rest it up. Because after that, Thursdays, I usually ride twice. I'll do a race in the morning, and when I get back home from delivering my back haul or whatever I got to do, I'll do a social ride. And I do that every day up until Tuesday again. Tomorrow I will do Race the World number 4, and I will try to post it tomorrow. I'm gonna post number 1 of this race today, tomorrow, but I'm gonna try to post that race that day before I leave home, because I've noticed that people like watching those races, the Race the World races. So if I can get it up Monday morning sometime before I leave the house, I'm gonna try to do the voiceover right after the race so I can get it done and have it posted for everyone to see. So as you see, I'm on this race and I'm just slowly pulling ahead. I'm at, I have 2.2 miles left, and I'm just slowly kind of pulling ahead. I'm leaving everybody. Because I know at the end of this race, it's just a devastating hill. And I know if I ride with a pack and I get to the end of this race with that hill, I'm going to try to really overexert myself. And it's going to cause me problems on race 4. So what I'm doing is I'm not even trying to be crazy power. You see my heart rate is up because I'm riding at about 400. I'm at my FTP. My FTP is 405, 406, something like that. So I'm riding roughly at my FTP, so my heart rate's gonna come up a little bit. But I'm not trying to just mass munch this thing in. I just know that the hill is gonna allow everyone to catch back up to me. So right now my goal is just to maintain where I'm at and just push it. So I'm slowly pushing it. And I'm feeling good about the race. I gotta admit, I was thinking to myself, man, this is gonna be a pretty decent ride. You know, I'm not having to kill, and even now, even as I'm riding, I'm backing off on any zero plane. I can kind of back off, and my weight and my power, what I'm putting out, keeps me going at 23, 24 miles an hour. And it just sort of lets me creep on off. If there was an end there on a flat, I'd have been really surprised. I would have left everybody for no reason. I could have stayed back with the pack and really saved a lot of energy, I'm thinking to myself. But as we're riding, I'm looking around and I'm looking at the thing, and I'm starting to pick up a really nice lead. We got 1.6 miles left, and I know that when we come up out this tunnel, it's gonna be a couple of turns. We're gonna go across a little gravel section, and then it's gonna be a hill climb. And I know that hill climb is roughly half a mile, I think it is. And it's a really steep hill climb. Hill climbs are still, on short races like these, are my enemies. On longer races, if we had another 5 miles to go after that hill climb, I may have stayed more with the pack. I'm not even gonna lie about it. I might have stayed more with the pack, because knowing that if I'm staying with the pack on a longer race and there's a hill climb in the middle, I know that I can always get to the other side of the hill and catch up and not have to kill myself trying to catch up, especially on a super long decline. My weight does most of the work for me. Going up a hill, my weight acts like an enemy. So this is for everyone who's trying to do it. Oh, my weigh-in, September 2nd, I think it's gonna be September 2nd. Don't get me the line, but I think it's September 2nd. I gotta look back at the camera, but September 2nd, I will be doing another weigh-in. And we get to see what I've lost from the last weigh-in. Every first Saturday of the month, there's a weigh-in for me. So that weigh-in is coming. And I noticed, I get a lot of views on that weigh-in, because I think people are really, first of all, people are really amazed that I'm that size and moving. I guess the second thing is they wondering, am I lying? And even if you look at my picture, I'm a bigger guy. And on this weigh-in, I will actually put video of me 4 years ago, and then a video of me putting on that same suit, I think earlier this year, because it was amazing to me to see the difference. But as we're riding on this race, we got a mile left, and I'm feeling good. I'm not even putting out a ton of power, but because I'm by myself and this is the third race, my heart rate does kind of climb, because I am getting kind of tired. We almost been racing for an hour. And so I kind of get hey, okay, I need to figure this out. Now, like I said, I do these longer social rides at a lower heartbeat, lower rep. It's just to kind of build a little bit of endurance and build a little bit more confidence. Even though I'm comfortable on my bike seat and all that, I still try to do these longer rides just to get my legs to loosen up, get the lactate out of them, get them limbered up again. I stretch them after these long races like this, but it's nice to have them. I'm finding that these social rides are really nice to have. Anybody who wants to relax and have a way of riding but not killing your legs, but giving your legs a little bit more, endurance, a little bit more feel for what's going on, social rides are great. And as you see, I got 28-second lead on it. I think I actually, once I hit the hill, it builds up to like a 30-second lead. It's 0.6 miles left in this race. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, cool. I may be able to pull this off with me going up this hill. I know we almost at half a mile. And I'm thinking, if I just put in a little bit of power, I can get on up this hill. Because I'm doing so much social races and so many other things along with with that, I'm losing a little bit of power trying to get up. And once you get to a 10, it brings me all the way down. And I don't have a feather for this race, so hey, thank you, Zwift Insiders. You knew what was coming up. You knew it was coming, and I wasn't even given a feather. But even without a feather, doing this, I'm losing a lot of power. And as you see, I do have a 30-second lead, but it's starting to dwindle really fast, because this hill is a 10. And a 10 for me, even though I'm putting out the power and I'm putting in the pedals, it's still a steep hill. And I'm gonna be honest with you, on these short races and these hills come up, I'm constantly thinking to myself, oh God, let this thing just end. I'm being honest with you. I'm being really honest with you. I'm riding up this hill, and one of the thoughts in my head is, should I just quit this race? I know what's gonna happen. but you don't let yourself, these are honest thoughts that are coming in your head as you're riding the ride. I feel them. Oh man, can I just quit this race? Or man, this is wow, this hill at the end. But without this kind of race, I'm never gonna get better. I'm never gonna get good enough to race with C's. C's is where I want to be soon. So I just keep pedaling. I keep going. My lead is down to 15 seconds, and I don't see Tandem in that top bunch no more. I was wondering about that when I was riding this ride. I don't know if his connection man went out, but I don't see him. But you see, I'm not putting out enough wattage, and one of the things I'm not putting out enough wattage for is I think my legs are finally getting tired on the climb. And another thing that I've noticed on these climbs, especially when you're alone, like I am doing this climb, when you see the hills, even though I'm not on the hill, mentally, it affects you. I'm being honest. It affects you. That hill gets in your head. And you see it, and you know it's not you're not actually on the hill, but you gotta put this power out and stay going on this hill. And it mentally wears on you. For me, it mentally pushes me in my head. I'm mentally thinking, oh God, this is a hill. And I know it's a hill, and I know it's not, but my legs are tired. It's a mental thing. And it's when I'm slowly breaking through. I'm slowly being more of like, let me just get to the end of this race. Let me get over this hill. Let me make it to the end. Let me get going pretty fast. And I try to put in a little bit more power, but my legs are pretty much shot. I think because I did try to move ahead and I just didn't ride with the group at all. I was pushing myself, and my heart rate is 156. And at 156, 160, I'm actually pushing myself over my little limit that would kind of hold me back for a while. And so I'm trying to put the power in. I'm at 370 pedals a minute. And at this point, I'm going, let me just finish the race. I'm actually in my head going, finish the race. Try not to lose too many more spots behind you. But as y'all can see, a lighter rider makes me look like I'm just doing nothing. You see, I'm putting out 350 watts. But I knew this hill was coming, so this is not a surprise to me. This is not oh my God, I got caught by, I knew it was coming, so I tried to build a lead so I can end the race with a comfortable lead. So I'm being honest, I tried to build a lead so I can end the race with a comfortable lead. And I see a guy coming up on me, and I'm thinking, man, maybe I can hold him off. And I'm looking at his wattage, and I'm going, well, if I could just hold him, I would stay at 13. I'm finding another look. This is one of them things where I find another little goal, and I try to win that little goal. My goal now is just to try to hold 13. So I'm trying to speed up. I'm trying to get my bike to move a little bit faster. I see the finish line. I'm trying to hold off number 14 behind me. And I'm just trying to finish the race. And as I come to the end, I finish in 13. The funny thing is that when I went to Zwift Power and checked out my stats, I was in number 10. So I don't know if somebody got disqualified or what went on, but sometimes the things change. As you can see at the end of this race, I like when that popped up there for a second. I should have let it stay there a little longer. I will see you on the next race. Have a good day.